Hello everyone and welcome to Videogame Vids, a show where we talk about weekly video game news. This week, Activision Blizzard considers NFTs, Among Us VR may be coming in December, Capcom unveils Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak map, Cyberpunk 2077 expansion planned for 2023, and No Man's Sky developer says next project is just as ambitious. Activision Blizzard considers NFTs. Looks like Activision Blizzard is trying to get in on that NFT hype. Some gamers have shared a poll on Twitter in which the gaming company wants to know if players would be interested in the inclusion of NFTs in their games. The survey also drops fans into the Blizzard store as it commences. Classy. The gaming behemoth has been in a very unfavorable light with all the work ethic, sexism, and Bobby Kotick stuff, but it looks like the bad choices aren't over yet. Fan reception to NFTs has been mostly negative, both on the polls and in general. And yet, it looks like the money-making potential simply can't be ignored. If you're not familiar, NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, are data that only one person owns. These can be images or skins. The idea is that you can obtain one and later sell it at a profit, or use it as a way to change the appearance of your character in a unique way. Mostly though, companies are interested in NFTs as a new form of cryptocurrency and an additional way to monetize games. Among Us VR may be coming in December. An update on the Steam backend has fans speculating about the VR update for Among Us. It looks like it may be launching on December 13th of this year. Exciting news for everyone with virtual reality gear. But be aware, this may be a placeholder date. Don't hold me responsible if the date turns out to be wrong. Among Us launched all the way back in 2018 to little fanfare. But in mid-2020, in the height of the lockdown, some streamers suddenly brought the game to the spotlight. Suddenly, it was everywhere. And with good reason. The quirky charm is excellent, and playing Among Us was a great way to hang out with your friends without actually having to look them up. The only problem was getting enough friends together to actually play the game properly, because you needed at least 8 people, preferably 10. Luckily, streams with the game were everywhere. Capcom unveils Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak map. Fans finally get a first look at the new Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak map. Citadel, as the map is called, features a fallen castle, reclaimed by nature and surrounded by different biomes, including swamplands and snowy regions. I, for one, can't wait to climb all the way to the top of the walls with my wirebugs and palamute. If you're unfamiliar with the way Capcom updates Monster Hunter games, the Sunbreak DLC will bring a newer difficulty in the form of Master Rank, formerly G Rank. Monsters will be tougher and have a couple of new moves. There will also be new monsters and variants of ones we already know thrown into the mix. In return, players will get access to new weapons and gear. I love the Monster Hunter series and have recently started a new playthrough of World/Iceborne with my friends on PC. I only wish I could import my console saves so I don't have to do all that deco farming again. Make it happen, Capcom. Cyberpunk 2077 expansion planned for 2023, more DLC on the way. According to the latest earnings report, CD Projekt Red confirms the upcoming paid expansion for Cyberpunk 2077 shall arrive somewhere in 2023. They're also working on additional DLC. The expansion, which was announced a decent while ago, shall be a story DLC. Sadly, we don't know much more than that. We're all familiar with the massive hype and following disaster around Cyberpunk 2077's initial release. The game was so riddled with bugs that it was barely running, and if you weren't playing on PC, you couldn't play at all. But CD Projekt Red has been fixing many of these issues, and nowadays the harsh reception has warmed considerably. The PC version currently has a Metascore of 86. Perhaps this expansion can finally turn the fans around. Did you know, by the way, that Cyberpunk 2077 is based on a tabletop RPG? I'm sure you did, but we are a board game/video game hybrid channel, so I felt obligated to point it out. Anyway, the RPG is pretty cool, so give it a look. No Man's Sky developer says next project is just as ambitious. In an interview with IGN, Hello Games co-founder Sean Murray tells us that their next project will be just as ambitious as No Man's Sky. Now, we all know how that went. On release, everyone was incredibly disappointed with what we got. But Hello Games has worked hard on the game since, and while I've never played it, lots of people both online and offline tell me it's really good these days. So there may be hope yet. We don't get much of more than this on their initial claim. The game is still in its very early stages, and Murray says that we've learned our lesson on talking about games too early. But he also assures us that the development of the new game won't impact the updates fans have been getting from No Man's Sky. Let's hope Sean Murray doesn't become the next Peter Molyneux. That's all for today's video game vids. Come back next week for more video game news, or check out the board game news of yesterday. Bye!